Patrick CC. Why Hollywood wants Katt Williams dead, bro. Ah, man. What's going on?
Katt Williams recently spoke out against countless powerful Hollywood figures in a podcast with Shannon Sharpe, and they are not happy. What makes Katt's expose so dangerous is that tens of millions of people around the world believe he is telling the truth. This man is speaking against the evils of this world. Thank you, Katt Williams.
Yep.
This generation is hungry for the truth. Thank you, Katt, for speaking your truth. We absolutely believe you.
They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to my penis.
Hey, yo. Folk woke. Is that what his chain says? Folk woke?
It's in front of all my people at my agency.
Now, a lot of what Katt said in this podcast cannot be proven true or false, but because he is funny, a good storyteller, and most importantly, confident with his words, this allowed him to convince millions that he's telling the truth. Plus, we all know that celebrities don't often speak their true thoughts on the industry or politics out of fear of being canceled.
Very true. Very true, bro. And it's crazy because like some of the things came out and spoke about, we've seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the whole Diddy situation, pretty sure he mentioned Diddy in that. Who else? I don't even know, bro. It's so much. Like that episode in the podcast was like an hour and 30, 2 hours long, something like that, right? I haven't watched it. I just kept seeing clips and people talking about it. But yeah, I gotta find the time to watch it.
However, some things he said are just straight up lies.
I'm probably reading 3,000 books a year from the time that I'm 8 years old to the time that I'm 12. My next project was to read the whole encyclopedia set. So when you're like 6, 7 years old, you read the whole encyclopedia set, you think you're one of the smartest people in the world.
So apparently Katt read the entire encyclopedia and read 8 non-fiction books every single day from age 8 to age 12. This is impossible. And it's a lie. Throughout this entire podcast, Katt slipped in bold-faced lies which massively contradict.
Unless he was reading like nursery rhyme books.
His preaches of spreading the truth.
Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program.
Katt exists in this middle ground where nobody can really determine if he is telling the truth, if he is lying, if he's telling a joke, if he's on drugs, if he has a mental illness, or if he is clearly exposing the dark and sinister nature of Hollywood. So today, I am going to give you as much context as possible so you can make that decision for yourself, starting with his earliest...
And he's not the only one, bro. Like, look at Orlando Brown, right? He came out, talked his shit. People thought he was crazy. Maybe he was on some drugs, whatever have you, right?
Introduction.
But it's like, he still says some shit, and I don't know. It's just a lot unfolding. A lot is unfolding in the world.
Possible so you can make that decision for yourself, starting with his earliest introduction to Hollywood on the set of his very first movie, Friday After Next, where Katt played the role.
That was his first movie? What the fuck? What? His first movie? I did not know that. I thought he been done movies and shit, bro.
Of Money
That's crazy.
Mike, but in the script, Katt alleged that Money Mike was originally supposed to be violently assaulted.
The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, the problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a and rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are.
And why the fuck would they even think about going that route? Fuck all of that, right? Like, why even try to implicate that in a movie? Or showcase that in a movie? Fuck that, in general. But we talking comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny.
Ice Cube, who wrote, produced, and acted in the film, denied these allegations.
Second thing I want to clear up, I would never shoot a scene in a movie, especially like Friday, where you actually see this happening on camera. That ain't my style. If you check out any of my movies, they not raunchy.
But it's because Katt said things like this throughout his interview caused fans to cast doubt on anyone who denied his claims.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. You know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Katt believes he has a more legitimate and honorable legacy than the other comedians he has been associated with throughout his career. These men, Katt says, have formed a gang in Hollywood that actively steal and or blackball young entertainers' careers, which drives them into madness.
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven said he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. All of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets, and this is the age of truth, and the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies.
Katt only mentions 3 of these group members by name: Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley. But you will notice throughout the video he makes bold accusations about many other massive stars like Kevin Hart and Martin Lawrence. Are they also a part of the gang?
These are the clips
that's up for you to decide.
If you sign up for their program, you get a light-skinned, weird-faced wife that never do an interview.
Anyways, let's start.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Weird-faced wife that never do an interview.
Anyways, let's start with Katt's claims that Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey stole his material. But first, I'm going to steal your attention for just a minute to tell you about today's sponsor.
Get your money, gang.
Katt claims that both Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer have stolen jokes from him. Cedric did it first on the original Kings of Comedy tour in 2000, which at the time was the highest grossing comedy tour in history. Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac playing sold out arenas from coast to coast. The tour grossed over $18 million in its first year. In 1999, both Seagram Americas and HBO sponsored the tour. DL Hughley was added and the 2-year gross exceeded $37 million. And at the exact same time of this tour, Katt was just starting to make a name for himself in Hollywood.
He thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
This is the joke that Katt is referring to, which was originally performed in 1998 on BET's Comic View program.
Bro, I'm probably gonna cover this. Your shit gets stolen regardless. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to say that what they did to Katt Williams is right. You're stealing jokes, like, you feel me? That's fucked up. But like, it's gonna happen. It's been happening for years. Music industry as well, you feel me?
You had your car radio up so loud
Cover this.
that you couldn't hear the damn thing when it cut off. It looked like this. You flossing in a 6-shift convertible.
Using physical comedy, Katt mimics someone trying to assess why their car just broke down while the music is blasting. The alleged theft came from Cedric the Entertainer 2 years later on the original Kings of Comedy tour, which was in 2000. The premise of Cedric's joke was that white people are obsessed with the moon and space. He says black people are not, but if they gotta go to space, then they would drive the spaceship like this.
We drive a space shuttle like it's a 72 deuce and a quarter. Nigga, we get us a cigarette, nigga, we be in a space shuttle, nigga, like it's a 72 deuce, nigga, we get us.
Now, when you consider the music cue, which is not very common in stand-up comedy, that already looks suspicious. Then the side-by-side comparison indicates Cedric makes very similar physical movements that Katt did. Cedric says he did not steal the joke, and that if Katt was so upset about it, he had 30 opportunities to speak up.
Can't say you stole one of his jokes. Yeah, like, I mean, it was ridiculous. You know what I mean? It was like the idea of the joke that he was even talking about don't even match up with no timeline. So for me, it was one of those things like...
Did you have a conversation? Did you guys sell it? Did you have a conversation with Katt?
I've seen this guy 30 times. Like, dog, if you literally was that upset about it. Like, dog,
just
why
step
you,
to me and say, hey,
yeah,
hey,
why
say
you
what
say
you
nothing? Like, that don't even make sense.
But Katt says that Cedric apologized about stealing the joke years ago and is now lying to the public that he never.
Two sides of the story. I'm kind of glad Patrick put that clip in there. You feel me? Cause 9 times out of 10, bro, people ain't really looking for the both sides of the story. They just hear one side and it's like, all right, I believe you. You're right. You probably fucked up, but it's all good. You're right. I believe you. I don't care to look for the other side of the story. That's where issues come about, drama, fights, violence, just mad shit, bro. Mad shit be happening in between that when people don't look for the other side of the story.
Never stole it in the first place.
Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times. Why did I give you a pass if you were just gonna lie?
So imagine how a young Katt Williams felt seeing his best joke being stolen by one of the biggest comedians in the world.
Facts. 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 Bro. You up and coming, you create something or you say something that ain't never been done or said before, and it's like you got the head honchos, the people already established, taking your shit, not giving you no credit, no nothing. Boy, that's a slap in the face. That's a slap in the face, bro.
On the largest grossing comedy tour in history.
He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
Noticing all the backlash, Cedric responded to Katt's comments on Instagram. Revisionist history. Regardless of whatever Katt's opinion, my career can't be reduced to one joke Katt Williams claims as his. Cedric added, I'm a grown-ass man, and none of that shit going to go like you think. But Cedric isn't the only one that stole Katt's material. Steve Harvey's theft of Katt's jokes is arguably much worse. At the 2005 BET Comedy Awards, Steve Harvey introduced a hot upcoming comedian to the stage by the name of Katt Williams. Katt hit the stage and absolutely dominated the crowd with his joke about gas prices.
Because the world is crazy right now. What is gas? $600 a damn gallon right now? I don't care how much money you got, gas is entirely too high. Used to be, if you put $15 in your tank, you had time to bond with your vehicle. You had time to put the nozzle in and set the clicker and look through your car and clean off the dashboard.
Then Steve Harvey did a joke about gas prices 3 years later in his comedy special, Still Trippin'.
Damn. No way. You have him come on and you taking his shit?
Gas $4 a gallon. Can't even pump gas like you used to no more. $4 a gallon? You remember when you used to go to pump and put the nozzle in there and hit it? Be sitting there talking, be on your phone, hey, what's happening? Be walking around, cleaning the windshield.
It's hard to see this as
I mean, it ain't bar for bar, but I see.
anything other than blatant theft. But Katt didn't stop there. He continued to expose Steve's long history of suspicious behavior. It started with why Bernie Mac quit the iconic Kings of Comedy tour.
Do you consider yourself a king of comedy?
They consider that.
Oh,
After Bernie left, them same 3 guys I'm telling you about, the Kings,
Yeah.
they came to me. I was supposed to be the 4th king. I got the offer.
Then what happened?
But I turned it down.
Why?
Because you shit on Bernie. And I know the truth.
They shit on Bernie. They could have shit on him too, bro. They steal his jokes. They're offering him to be the 4th. You leave or say, they probably shit on him when he denied it. Man, fuck you, man. We don't even need you anyways, bro. I thought you'd be different. It could have been anything. It could have went anyway, right? But they probably shit on him just for denying.
You think I'm gonna let you shit on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Fuck you.
Now, there has been an infamous beef between Steve Harvey and the late Bernie Mac that fans have known about for years. There were often arguments between the 4 comedians of who should be the closer or finale of the tour. Since Bernie was a much funnier comedian, Steve would get booed by the crowd when he performed after Bernie.
Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour. Not it was gonna be called the Kings of Comedy, it was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him. Of course you gotta close if it's your tour.
Harvey eventually...
And if it's your tour and you're getting booed, bro, hold on. Isn't that how it goes? If somebody opens up for you, you're the last person on stage. That's how music concerts be, bro. You have your openings and then you have the main event. But if you're getting booed off stage and you're the last person on stage, that's crazy.
He just ended up being the host of the tour and not performing a full stand-up routine because he just couldn't make the audience laugh as hard as Bernie. D.L. Hewley, who was also on the tour, even said that Steve never thought Bernie would become successful, and when he started getting more opportunities, he became jealous.
You feel that the beef between Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey was because Steve Harvey was getting a lot of network love during the time and Bernie Mac not so much?
Yeah, and then Bernie started to get it. So yeah, I think that, you know, Steve at one point was, you know, uber successful, and then Bernie started to, because he didn't ever think he would get the opportunity he got, but once he did, America loved him, like we all kind of knew they would, and he decided to go a different way.
Eventually, Bernie got sick of Steve hating, realized his worth, and exited the tour, which ended.
And it's like, bro, what's the point of fucking hating, bro? Like, I ain't gonna lie, gang. That kind of makes me look at Steve Harvey just a little different. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Cause yeah, he does amazing things. He's helped people and stuff like that. You feel me? But just like, I don't know, that hating shit's so corny to me, bro. That's so fucking corny.
Ended up forcing all four guys to split up.
We split up.
You wish you would have stayed, kept it together, could have kept it together a couple of...
We tried everything, but you know, dudes felt like they was movie stars. I never saw myself as a movie star.
Steve basically claims that Bernie went Hollywood and acted too good for the guys, and Katt didn't like that.
Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star?
Allegedly, Steve even called the producers for the heist comedy film Ocean's 11 to steal the role of Frank Catton from Bernie Mac. Ocean's 11 featured a star-studded cast, including George Clooney, Matt Damon, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, and Casey Affleck, among others.
Bro.
The film became a huge critical and commercial success, earning over $450 million at the worldwide box office. Having a substantial role in a film of this magnitude helped the rising trajectory of Bernie Mac's career. An infamous GQ article from 2003 released when Bernie Mac himself claimed
Bernie Mac is not scared of you. The best advice I ever got. My life was a slob. Damn.
that Steve was jealous of him from the very beginning. Overall, Katt is obviously upset about Steve stealing material, but ironically, he was more upset that Harvey tried to lie and claim that Bernie went Hollywood on the Kings of Comedy, when in reality, Steve was so jealous of his success that Bernie couldn't take it anymore and quit.
And now that he gone, you gonna act like he wanted to be a movie star. You stop it. You stop it. That man was funnier than all of y'all, and y'all thought y'all had one over on him. The king is the funniest. Period. Every time. And that's why no audience member was ever swayed. It didn't matter where Bernie went. You think if Bernie went first, he wasn't the king? Get out of here.
But Katt Williams and Steve Harvey's beef did not stop there. A few years later, in 2008, a show promoter booked Steve Harvey and Katt Williams to co-headline a New Year's Eve stadium.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. What the fuck?
Show in Detroit. Katt entered his villain arc and challenged Steve to a comedy battle on the Jamie Foxx radio show, to which Steve accepted.
You have been the king of comedy as long as we've had one. The second that you get off stage, I need you to understand that that's your final time as the king of comedy.
Talking his shit. Do your thing, gang, but when you off, it's my turn. I'm the new king. The young bull is coming for that title. Head ass. Damn. We're talking spicy.
I hope you got a team of writers. You're going to need about 6 or 7 of them. You can bring the nation. You can bring Rashawn McDonald. You can bring everybody who listens to your radio show. They going to see the truth. And its name is Katt Williams.
Talking his shit.
What was supposed to be just a comedy show is now some sort of 1v1 battle dubbed the Championship of Comedy, and Steve responded.
That reminds me of Versus, with 2 artists playing their massive hits. It reminds me of Versus, but obviously Versus, regardless, I feel like it's always going to be a friendly thing. This probably could have been friendly, but it's like, since there was animosity and jealousy and hate on Steve Harvey's side, it was just like, yeah, this I'm a cook-up gang.
Some sort of 1v1 battle dubbed the Championship of Comedy, and Steve responded with this.
I'm not saying he's in trouble, but I'm saying this right here, Jamie. A dog don't bark at parked cars.
Basically, Steve's analogy was that he shouldn't respond to Katt Williams because he is too famous and successful. So on New Year's Eve, Steve got on the stage and never addressed or made fun of Katt. That was a big mistake.
Damn.
Please give it up for Steve Harvey one time. Give it up for Steve Harvey. He's an excellent comedian, but he don't want no parts of this in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I don't know why he came out here with all this money y'all spent on them motherfucking tickets and talked about a lady in the audience for 15 goddamn minutes.
That boy got no chill. He coming for next, gang. No fucks given. And like that, this type of vibe right now, this type of attitude he got going on right now. I don't know, but like him doing that interview, right? It just, you just see the no balls in him, bro. He just doesn't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck what happens. He might as well just talk the truth. Expose some shit, right? He might as well. Because this was in 2008. If this was him in 2008, imagine 2024 when he did. Yeah, bro, he don't give a fuck about nothing. Nothing, bro. He on BT.
That nigga should have talked about me the way I've been to talk about his bitch, man. And he trying to copy off me and bring that ugly ass, sparkly ass tie out. A regular black suit like he was going to a funeral. Yours, nigga, yours. Nigga think he the shit because he was the shit in 1968. Nigga, I'm the shit this evening. Let's fast forward.
You was the shit back then. I'm the shit this evening, bro. Yo.
In 1968, nigga, I'm the shit this evening. Let's fast forward it to when this disrespectful nigga did something called the original Kings of Comedy. Oh.
He got a bad timing.
Nigga, did it start with you, you disrespectful son of a
Crazy.
Katt absolutely embarrassed Steve.
Yo.
He claims this was the end of Harvey's career.
Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore.
Now, Katt...
Yo, this boy don't care, bro. Yo, he don't give a shit.
That was a wig, and I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore.
Dog.
Now, Katt isn't very accurate here. Steve had multiple successful arena comedy tours after the championship battle, and Steve was already bald by 2008, so Katt didn't really expose him for having fake hair. But is it a coincidence that almost immediately after Katt got on that stage and exposed his biggest hater in the industry, he started his crazy downward spiral? In November of 2008, Williams missed an appearance on Conan O'Brien and was later arrested that evening when officers found 3 handguns in his car while exiting rapper Jim Jones's studio in New York. That same month, he checked into the Mount Vernon Inn in Sumter, South Carolina. Shortly after checking in, employees reportedly found Williams stumbling around wearing just a bathrobe and a towel wrapped around his head. When police arrived, Williams asked them for directions to the nearest hospital. There, his family convinced him to seek psychiatric help, to which he was eventually hospitalized. He just said that he doesn't trust anyone anymore, that everyone has turned against him. He wasn't really coherent. Pretty much after this, Katt wasn't seen again until 2011. No stand-up performances, no movies, no TV. The only time he was talked about was when he was arrested. In November of 2010, authorities arrested Katt in Coweta County, Georgia, after he allegedly stole $3,500 worth of coins and jewelry. Things escalated in June of 2011 when he was arrested in connection with an alleged assault on a tractor driver. He supposedly conspired with 3 women who attacked the man in his tractor. In 2012, Katt Williams returned to the comedy world with his third HBO comedy special, Kattpocalypse. Unfortunately, with the spotlight back on him, Katt fell back into a dangerous cycle as the bizarre behavior continued. In October of 2012, Katt and comedian Faison Love got into a heated argument outside of a Hollywood club over a $50,000 debt that Katt owed Love. During the argument, Katt proceeded to pull a gun on Love that wasn't loaded. On November 9th, his former assistant, Melissa Shag, claimed that he went into a rage and attacked her the month prior. Then police arrested Katt in Oakland, California on charges of suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon after he'd allegedly—
This might crash out, bro. It's like the saying, I don't think it's really a saying, but I've heard people say, like, pretty much like, are you ready for what comes with the fame and the money and all that? Like, are you really ready, bro? Because people, they gonna change, bro. And you don't know if it's for the good or for the bad. Will they obtain all of this and go down the right path, or obtain all of this and just fucking throw it all away type shit? You know what I'm saying?
beaten an 18-year-old with a bottle. On November 16th at the Oracle Arena in California, Katt took the stage while having a total public meltdown. For 15 minutes he seemed to be under the influence, rambling about nothing while taunting members of the audience.
Well, give me 20, nigga, that's how much the album costs, fuck boy. But I bet if you can walk to your car, I can show your bitch a dick she'll enjoy. So why don't you take your ass on over there, nigga, before I can catch you. Or you can pull your bank out and I'll match you. But you ain't gonna do shit but get punched in the face.
Then the audience began booing him.
Boo! Boo! Look at all the broke people. Boo!
Bruh.
Your breath smells like top ramen. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
I am like afraid to leave, and I'm afraid to stay.
We know you ain't got no money. We see your outfit, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, broke ass nigga.
On November 17th, 2012, Williams got involved in a police chase while driving his three-wheeled motorcycle and failing to stop. Just a week later, Katt was arrested in Seattle, Washington after he allegedly got into a dispute at a bar in the South Lake Union neighborhood.
Suge Knight bails him out. Oh, nah.
Washington after he allegedly got into a dispute at a bar in the South Lake Union neighborhood. His arrest came after he missed the first night of a planned two-night performance at the Paramount Theater. That same month, he slapped a Target employee in Sacramento for no apparent reason, which was made fun of.
He a bitch. He a bitch for that, but he a bitch. He didn't defend himself. That's fucking crazy. That's actually crazy.
Month, he slapped a Target employee in Sacramento.
Boy, oh, fuck.
For no apparent reason, which was made fun of on late-night television shows like Conan O'Brien. On December 28th, Williams was placed in handcuffs once again on child endangerment.
Bro, 2012 was his fucking year of problems, gang? Patrick is just spitting the issues right now, dog. Back to back, damn.
Charges.
Oh man, K, you cool, man? How you doing?
I'm
tonight,
cooler than a fan, man. They took my children from me.
Yeah, I mean,
how terrible is that?
Katt's criminal history does not even come close to stopping here, but I'm sure you all get the point. He was spiraling hard for years, seemingly strung out on drugs or at least experiencing manic episodes. The media called him crazy, a crackhead, and didn't believe anything he was saying since they wrote him.
What is that? What tattoo is that on his... right here? Can't even see it.
Off as a madman, but he says he was never under the influence.
I am never under the influence of anything. I'm always in my right mind. I'm always a physical specimen. And when you see me, I'm much, much bigger than you had thought. I have far less play in me than you would like.
There seems to be a pattern with comedians in the downward spiral. In 1990, Richard Pryor, who struggled with addictions to women and hard drugs, poured high-proof rum on himself and set himself on fire. His widow, Jennifer Lee Pryor, claimed it was a drug-induced attempt at ending everything. In 1997, Martin Lawrence was coming off the end of his hit sitcom Martin, as well as starring in the blockbuster film Bad Boys. That year, Lawrence allegedly had a meltdown in Los Angeles where he ran into Ventura Boulevard with a gun and threatened tourists and random people. Sources claimed Martin began.
Whoa. What the fuck? Nah, gang. What is going on?
Ventura Boulevard with a gun and threatened tourists and random people. Sources claimed Martin began taking psychotropic drugs and having violent outbursts on the set of his movie, a thin line between love and hate. Martin would continue his erratic behavior, getting arrested for gun possession and later going to rehab. Robin Williams openly spoke about his lifelong battle with addiction, alcoholism, and depression. Comedian Marc Maron has spoken publicly about having severe depression. Artie Lang and Jim Norton as well. John Belushi, Chris Farley, and Greg Giraldo all died of drug overdoses. It's unclear why comedians seem to struggle with mental health more than others in the entertainment.
Hold on. Hold the fuck on, because I remember having a conversation like this with somebody, bro, where, damn, I'm pretty sure it was around the time when Rob Williams passed. They were saying how, like, comedians, not comedians, just people in general, right, that can make you laugh. They may seem like the happiest people, but really deep down inside, they're just like, they're not happy, bro. They're not well. You feel me? So it's like they use joking and they use jokes and making other people laugh and feel good, like, as a way to kind of like escape their reality. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I remember having this conversation, bro. That shit hit deep too, because again, from like from an outsider looking and listening, it's just like, yo, they happy as fuck, they funny as fuck. What's wrong with them? Absolutely nothing. You know, they, especially with comedians, professionals, they're just like, they got their life together, they got everything they want and need, they can take care of their family, their peoples, themselves, and all that. And it's like, nope, that shit ain't enough. I'm saying, damn, that shit crazy, bro.
Industry while being tasked with creating the most lighthearted content. Deborah Serrani, a clinical psychologist who treats performers with depression and other mental health problems, said comedians often wear what we call the mask of depression, which helps them put on a more acceptable face to the world. But behind that mask, there is a terrible struggle going on. There is a stigma about depression, and oftentimes the laughter distracts from feelings of weakness.
Fuck, man. That hits deep, bro. When you really think about it, bro. How can, like, one of the funniest people in the world, right, make damn near everybody laugh in a room, but in reality, like, they're just hiding their truth, bro. They're, oh fuck, that's deep.
Katt Williams has had an extremely rough life, starting with being homeless and alone at age 13. Combine that with the chaotic lifestyle of a comedian, constantly being on the road, late nights, irregular sleeping and eating schedules, the pressure to constantly deliver funny and engaging performances, as well as regularly dealing with hecklers and sometimes unresponsive audiences who make the job mentally taxing. And on top of all of that, add the potentially evil Hollywood gang that Katt says is actively trying to get him to compromise his morals, but when he refuses, they blackball him and run smear campaigns to call him crazy. That is a recipe that would make any man go mad. So the question is, was Katt trying to escape an evil industry, or was he actually a drug-induced madman?
Martin tried to put me in my first dress. When he had to go on his hiatus, he tell me, Katt, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner, you my brother in comedy. When I come back, just promise me that my next movie, it'll be me and you. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House 2, where this nigga want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again?
If it isn't obvious, Katt didn't want to wear the dress. Brandon T. Jackson would go on to portray Martin's son, Trent, in Big Mama's House, where the two go undercover at an all-girls performing arts.
Imagine Katt Williams playing this role right here, bro. Hey, respect to him for standing his fucking ground and standing on business and standing on his morals, bro. And not doing what the fuck they were trying to get him to do. Respect.
School. Unfortunately, years later, Jackson asserted that he did the project for money and was unaware of the repercussions it would have on his career.
Did you get like slack when you wore the dress at that moment?
Only Katt Williams. Katt Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress.
He called you, or is this?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. And then he was trying to warn me, you know, don't get in the dress.
Listen, you can make it, but You don't need to put no damn dress on to make it. You don't need to do certain things to make it. You don't need to say certain things to make it. You can make it, but yeah.
Everything went wrong, just like everything went right. Everything went wrong when I put on that dress.
Katt has been discussing this subject for years because this has been a pattern that many have speculated is a humiliation ritual. Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry, Jamie Foxx, Wesley Snipes, Chris Tucker, Arsenio Hall, Tracy Morgan, the Wayans brothers have all dressed up as...
This is just Hollywood. This is just movies and TV shows we talking about. Look at the music industry. We've heard and seen a few men wear dresses and yeah.
As women for TV or movie roles. Just before Kevin Hart exploded into fame, he also wore a dress on Saturday Night Live. And even 10 years ago, Katt discussed this.
It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
Katt also detailed an Illuminati meeting alongside Ludacris.
There was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Katt Williams.
It's really hard to back up any of Katt's claims, and even if the stipulation of getting a 200...
Did it? I'm pretty sure Ludacris came out and dropped like this freaking random freestyle, bro, on IG. Talking about this, right? I'm pretty sure.
$1 million deal is that you have to shave your head and sideburns. That seems like an extremely small compromise. And there are no indications that Ludacris ever sold his soul. I mean, he will tell you, he responded to Katt with a rap song.
Never been Illuminati.
Yo.
Only Illuminati, and I only left with when coming from any party. Afro with the sideburns. Yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise. Comedians check your temperature.
Perhaps the most overlooked comment during the interview was Katt's take on Kanye West.
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do.
I think we messed up people for watching somebody else do something and saying that they have a mental illness.
Pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do.
That's fucking deep, gang. Cause that's like, now it's just you really switch your perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? We the ones saying, oh, look at what they doing. He must have some type of mental illness. But aren't we bad for asking or assuming that? You know what I'm saying? Damn. That fucking
If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else?
The question of
perspective, gang. Damn, shit, perspective for real, bro.
Whether someone's actions should be judged differently due to mental illness is complex and multifaceted, and opinions may vary depending on cultural, ethical, and legal perspectives. Mental illness can significantly impact an individual's ability to understand the consequences of their actions, to make rational decisions, or to control their behavior. Katt is not excusing Kanye's behavior, and he definitely says he doesn't agree with what he says, but he's just questioning why people are surprised as his whole career he gave obvious signs, such as claiming that he was a god, and he was praised and uplifted for his outlandish behavior. Now, Katt has never publicly disclosed any sort of manic or psychiatric problems, but look at how much the world judged him when he was crazy 10 years ago, versus now he is saying the exact same things he was saying while he was crazy, but today he is more calm, coherent, and of course, entertaining.
And I mean, the shit's coming to light too, bro. The shit's literally coming to light. It's hitting, it's right in our faces, bro. But he was crazy 10 years ago, right? Damn.
Now they are quoting his words as prophetic statements of a wise old genius. Funny how things change.
Bro, it's like, I know this is so far off, but it just reminds me of this. The Simpsons, the show in general, bro. All these damn predictions, I guess you can call them, in the show that happened years ago when they aired, but actually happened in real life. I'm sure you guys have seen it. You guys seen the Simpson clips or a picture, a screenshot, and real life events that are happening now. The latest one, I don't know if it was AI, I don't know. But the latest one I've seen was when the Baltimore Bridge, I think, collapsed. The Simpsons showed that shit years ago in their show. Bovid. Picture of Trump going down the escalator, right? Shit crazy, bro. Verdict is in. 35 years later, Steve Harvey still ain't funny. He can read 3,000 books. He didn't say he finished them. Good point. Good point. Typically, if the mainstream media starts calling someone crazy, I'll start listening to what the person has to say. Yeah, no, especially now, bro. Like I said, look, to almost 3 hours long. I gotta watch this. But yeah. Nowadays, it's just like, you gotta watch, gang. You gotta watch. May seem crazy now, but tomorrow, next month, next year, 10 years from now, they're not crazy. The truth of the matter is no one came forward to deny his allegations. Ice Cube didn't deny that the scene wasn't in the script, just that he wouldn't shoot a scene where you actually see it happen on camera. Wording too, bro. The wording. Ice Cube specifically said that he never filmed a scene where you'd actually see it on camera. That wasn't him denying the scene. Denying that a scene was going to be insinuated in the movie still. That's an interesting point. I also personally thought it was weird how he started chuckling and stuttering a lot during that video. It's not like it was live either, so I don't know, maybe just reading too much into it. Makes sense too, bro. That's fucking wild, dude. That's wild, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, man, let me know what you guys think, okay? 2024, this dropped 2024, I'm pretty sure early or mid-January. And just, we see so much being exposed nowadays. We see so much, gang. So let me know what you guys think. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe if you haven't. I'm out.